Am I audible to you or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Why are you not replying? If you have any question or not. So in the last class, you have studied about operators and different types of operator like mathematical operators, relational or comparison operators, and logical operators. So in all these categories, different type operators are present. So do you have any question or may I proceed further?
Sir, you may proceed.
Okay. So the next operator given is increment and decrement operator. So this is the fourth type. Increment and decrement. Operators. So these operators are used to increment or decrement value by 1. Now, what is here meaning? Increment or decrement by 1?
Sir, it increases the value by 1 or decreases the value by 1.
So, for example, if I take variable like a, let us take variable a, and inside this variable a, if I store value 5. Okay, now if I have to write and a statement like this, a equals to a plus 1. So now what will be the value of a at this time?
6.
6.
It becomes 6 now, because here already 5 is stored here inside a, and if I write a plus 1 means 5 plus 1 means 6. So now 6 will be assigned in this variable a. So new value will be 6 inside a. So for this statement I can write like this also, means a plus plus, only 2 times plus will be there. So the meaning of this expression will be same as this statement. Okay, means if I use this plus plus without any space, so it is increment operator, and with the use of increment operator the value inside a will increase by 1. Okay, means this same statement can be written like this also. So understood everyone?
Sir, we can't increase the number by any more value like 2, 3, 4.
Then in that case you have to use only this statement. Then here you can um, put any number value as per your choice, like a plus 2, a plus 5, a plus 10. Okay, but in
Okay,
case
sir.
of increment operator, it only increases the value by 1. Okay, not by any other value.
Okay,
Understood?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so like this, if I write a statement a equals to a minus 1, then what will be the value inside a now?
4.
4.
4 or 5?
Sir, 4.
If you consider
Oh,
this
sorry.
statement also, then with this statement, its value, or let us, I'm going to delete this. Here I'm going to use another variable n, and here inside n if I store 12, and if I write n equals to n minus 1, then what will be the value of n now?
11.
11.
11. No? Okay. Now this same statement can be written like this also, n minus minus. Okay. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir means if we will write n minus minus or a plus plus, then it will increase the value by plus 1 or minus 1.
Yes, it will increase or decrease the value by 1 only. Okay, not any other value. It is required in programming. That is why these operators are present. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Any other question? No. If you study in little bit more detail, so this increment and decrement, both operators are used in two types: post increment and pre increment. Means this plus plus can here it is used after the variable name, na? So it is post increment type used. And if we use plus plus a, then it is called pre increment use. Okay. So it happens in decrement also, pre decrement and post decrement. So there is little bit difference in between pre and post. Okay, so you'll study this, I think, in your next chapter. Okay. Now the next one is assignment operator. It is number 5. So it is assignment operator. So it is used to assign value at, here I am writing RHS. Do you know RHS?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Right hand side.
Okay. So it is very simple to use. Assignment operator is just equals to symbol. Okay. Here in example, I'm writing equals to. So equals to in Java programming is assignment operator. So for example, if I write a equals to 5, it means the value at RHS, means right hand side, will now be assigned inside the variable present at LHS, means left hand side. Okay. So whatever the expression or value that is present in RHS, that will be assigned to the variable in LHS. So this is called assignment operator. Equals to here is and assignment operator. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us take another example. If I write here a or res, a name of variable, it is res equals to a plus b. Is it correct to write like this?
No, sir.
Why?
Sir, because you have not assigned the values of A and B.
Okay, so let us assign. So here I am going to store B equals to 8. Now tell.
Yes, sir.
Means A plus B means A and B both will be added, and whatever the result comes after addition, so that result will be now assigned inside this RES variable. So now is it correct or not?
Yes, sir.
But if I write like this, A plus B equals to RES. Now, is it correct or not?
Sir, no.
What about the others? Tell me, is it correct or not? Means which one is correct? First one or second one?
Sir, first one.
The first one.
Why
First
not
one.
second one?
Sir, because A plus B will be the value, and the value is always assigned is the in the right hand side, not in the left hand side.
Any other student? The value at RHS is always assigned to left hand side, not reverse. Understood? We know. Just see here in this definition. Assign value at RHS to a variable in LHS. So here in this first case, A plus B will be added and the result will be stored inside this RES variable. But here in this second statement, RES means a value inside RES. How that value can be stored inside A plus B, or how that value can be assigned to A plus B? Is it possible?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, no. That is why it is wrong. Okay, means we can't write a statement like this in Java or any other programming language. But we follow this technique while solving maths na, every time. What, do you follow this technique or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
To
sir.
verify.
In verification problems or in algebraic linear equations also, na?
Yes, sir. To
Yes,
find
sir.
any variable, value of any variable.
But this technique will not be followed in programming. Okay, this will be written like this only, not like this. Okay, so it is incorrect. Okay, so now everyone has understood about assignment operator.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now the last one is conditional operators. So look at this very carefully because it is not like other operators. It evaluates a logical expression, logical, or you can say relational or comparison. Relational expression, and if it is true, then it evaluates the true expression, otherwise it evaluates the false expression. So just see the syntax. Syntax means how it is used. Syntax of conditional operator. Okay. So here in the syntax, first a condition is given. A condition is taken, and then this question mark is used. Then here comes the true expression, and then column symbol is used. Then comes the false expression. So this is conditional operator. So in conditional operator, three values are provided. The first value will be a condition. Condition means using relational operators. Means an expression like this. This is a condition. This is also a condition. Even this is also a condition. Means the, an expression whose value is either true or false, that can be considered as a conditional expression. So first a condition is provided here, then this question mark is used, and then if this condition is true, then whatever here will be present, then this expression will be evaluated. But if this condition is false, then this false expression will be evaluated. So better to see this with an example. So here in example, I'm going to take, here I'm going to compare two values, A greater than B. So here it is a condition. Now after this, a question mark will be used. Now I'm trying to find out the largest number of the two given numbers. Means here I have two numbers A and B, and here I have to find out which one is the largest. So here a condition I have taken, A greater than B. So if it is true, then which one will be the largest number? Tell me.
A,
A, na?
sir, A.
So here in the true expression, I can give na A.
Yes, sir.
Now, if this condition is false, A greater than B, then which will be the largest number? B.
B.
So here in false expression, I can give B. So in this way, I can find out which one is the largest number from these two given numbers, like this, using this conditional operator. Understood everyone or not?
Sir, after this,
Yes,
what
sir.
happens?
What?
Sir, after this, what happens? Or it is over here? This example syntax.
No, it is not a complete program. It is just a syntax of conditional operator, means how it is used. Okay, how it will be
Okay, sir.
used. It is just simply that statement only. It is not a complete program that you can execute. Many other things also you have to include here. Okay, in the complete program. Now let us take another example. If we have to find out profit or loss happening in a transaction, so we can use this conditional operators. So for example, if I have two variables named SP and CP, SP for selling price and CP for cost price. So here I can write a condition like this, SP greater than CP. Now after this, I'll put question mark. And if it is true, means SP is greater than CP. In that case, what happens?
Profit.
Profit. Na? So how can
Yes,
we
sir.
find out profit? Just by subtracting CP from SP. Na?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So here in true expression, I can write SP minus CP to calculate the profit. Okay. Now, if it is false, now if the condition is false, in that case, there is loss in the transaction. So in that case, I can write in false expression CP minus SP like this. Understood, everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So whenever you use conditional operator, you must have to include a condition, and based on that condition, it will be either true or false. So if it is true, then you have to include here expression for the true. So if this condition is true, then this expression will be evaluated, and if the condition is false, then whatever the expression present here, that expression will be evaluated. Understood?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Any question?
No, sir.
No. Okay. I'm going to write a program. Let me see whether I can complete it within time or not. Here in this class transaction, here I have written trans only. I'll first declare a main method. So I'll have to type public static void main, and here inside a string args like this. Then there will be the block of the main method, and here I'm going to declare variables sp, cp, and one more variable res. Okay. Now here in sp I'll have to provide the value, so I'm going to provide any random value for 56. Here in cp also, cp equals to 20. Now here I have to find out profit or loss. Okay, so I will use this conditional operator. So sp greater than cp. If it is true, then here will be sp minus cp, and then cp minus sp like this. So listen here, students, that whatever the result sp minus cp or cp minus sp will come, so that should be stored somewhere now.
Yes, sir.
So here I'll use res variable and use this assignment operator. And so whatever the result that will come from this expression of conditional operator, so that result will be stored inside this res variable. Understood?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now at the last, I'll have to display the outputs. So I'll use system dot out dot println, and here I'll give uh, value of sp and cp, selling price equals to rupees, and this will be the message, and this message will be joined with the value stored in sp variable. Okay. I'm going to copy this line and paste it 2 times. Now I'll change the message cost price, and it is stored in CP variable. That is why CP variable will be used. And there is problem in this program that we can't find out whether it is profit or loss. We can simply find out the value of profit or loss using this statement. It is you can say disadvantage in this program. So to remove this disadvantage, you'll have to uh, include certain other things that you will not understand at this point of time. So I'm just showing the value of profit or loss, but we don't know what is it is. Means it is profit or loss. We only know the value. So what message can I give in this case?
RES.
I can give difference in SP and CP equals to rupees, and it is stored inside RES variable. So RES variable here I'll use, and now this main method block will be also closed here. So now my program is ready. So I'm going to save it. Side.
Sir, means with this
Yes.
plus SP and plus CP, we can only write the variable.
So with this plus, we are actually joining two outputs together. So the here the output in double inverted comma is actually a message, and with that message this value will be joined SP, means the value stored inside SP variable. So every time if we have to show multiple outputs in same statement, so here we have to use plus symbol to join those outputs together. Otherwise, I'll have to use system.out.println one more time to show the SP value. One time for showing this message and another time for showing this SP value. So this will be repeated for other two values also, means in that case I'll have to use 6 times this same statement. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Dot. I'm going to compile and run this program. So first let's compile this program. No error. Now I'm going to run this program. Java runs. So now you can see selling price equals to 456, cost price equals to rupees 320, and difference you can see 136. So now which one is here evaluated? True expression or false expression?
Sir, true.
True expression, sir.
Yes, it here evaluated true expression since SP is greater than CP. So you can subtract to verify this also. Okay. Understood everyone how this conditional operator is working here?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So in tomorrow's class, I'll show one more program based on this conditional operator, and in that program, we'll see its proper use. Here it is not showing actually whether it is profit or loss. It is just evaluating the value of profit. Okay. Okay then. That's all for today. Wait for some time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.